Call of Duty! So, guys, what's going on? I want to give you guys a bit of a funny story about what happened to our good friend Connie Rad, Shockz'S, from the Mindfreak Call of Duty team this season. Probably the funniest Mindfreak story of the whole season was, as some of you guys may know, or may not know, is that the Mindfreak team all teamed up for the first 3 2Ks, obviously. You know, it was serious. We wanted the guys to not be disadvantaged online because most of them have shit internet connections. So we did what we had to get them to Sydney to play together. So anyway, I think it was the second or third one. I can't remember exactly which one. Might have been the third actually. We booked them all to come in the night before to play at Lincoln's house. And Mitch arrives. Denz arrives. They will come probably an hour or two before Shockz'S. I meet them at the airport, pick them up. So we're waiting probably for an hour or so at the McDonald's in the Sydney airport. We're our good mate, Connie Rad. And normally what happens is we wait there. If you're a local Sydney, you know that they're like Krispy Kreme / McDonald's area, KFC area is usually where people wait to come and pick you up. You send them a message and they come and they pick you up. So what happens is we're waiting there for an hour. Shock sends us a text message saying, just landed. Typical sort of stuff, you know, should be another like 10-15 minutes. So we're like, oh cool. So I move a little bit further up, get the engine started, getting ready to go. We start driving and I come around the roundabout to actually go to the pickup area. And as you can see in the game, I'm not even concentrating on what I'm doing. Anyway, I start driving towards the pickup area. Conrad sends a text message, says, shit. I think I'm in Melbourne. And if you know, Conrad flies from Melbourne to Sydney. And we're like, what? And he's like, we literally just landed at where we stopped. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, my flight literally, he fell asleep on his flight, was listening to music. He's like, we took off from Melbourne to go to Sydney. For some reason, they turned back. They had some engine difficulty, and they turned back and landed where they came from. And he could not believe it. We were actually in hysterics. We were dying in the car of laughter. I know it wasn't funny because he was like extremely pissed off at the whole thing. But we honestly thought he was taking the piss because Conrad's like that. If you don't know Conrad, big piss taker, big shit stirrer, quite a funny individual, which most people don't know because he doesn't do a lot of interviews and stuff like that. But we were dying because we thought he was taking the piss, and he's like, no. Like, I'm serious. I'm back in Melbourne. We're like, we could not stop laughing. It was one of the funniest things ever, because he was literally on tilt. So it turns out, yeah, someone had apparently said to him that they landed back in Melbourne on the plane, and he didn't believe them until he walked out, and he's like, I literally just walked out into the airport where I just came on the flight. And we were absolutely dying, and he was livid. He had to wait in a huge ass line to rebook his tickets to come the next morning, and they did put him up in a hotel. But by the time he got there, you know, he was exhausted and livid, and it was honestly the funniest story of the whole season because, like, if you know Conrad and you know the way he writes messages, text messages, and talks, like, he was livid. He was so on tilt, and we thought he was taking the piss the whole time. And for him to find out, like, that he just literally lined up for ages, got on a flight, and just landed back where he started. Me, Mitch, and Denz were in the car, were absolutely dying. You know, but it turned out okay. He ended up coming in the morning, and Mindfreak won the 2K. All was good, but his experience, I think it was with Jetstar, was not a good one. And it was like his reactions to things are absolute gold, and we just, like, it's a bit of a meme now. Like, at the time I said, you know, we'll look back at this and laugh in the future. And hey, it turns out we do now, because Mindfreak is overseas, and it was worth sending him over for the 2Ks because they got the results they needed, and bang! We made the Pro League. Unfortunately, yeah, we were in the relegation playoffs, but we had a really good MLG Atlanta. Shame we couldn't have made a further run, but really proud of the boys and the efforts they're doing to improve. And hopefully we don't have any more flight dramas. Anyway, a little quick story there for you about Shockz'S getting stranded at the airport, going around in circles. Good laugh for all of us, something we look back and laugh at now. But anyway, Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.